Amazing pictures.
Well, we begin this half hour with a music business legend's quest to redefine a legacy. Clive Davis has discovered or nurtured some of the biggest stars in music.
Whitney Houston was the biggest of them all, but her troubles with drugs came to overshadow her talent and finally contributed to her death. With a new DVD of Whitney's live performances, Davis is trying to restore her place in the musical pantheon and remind people of her amazing voice.
Whitney Houston played more than 600 concerts in her career, but never released a live album. Clive Davis, her longtime producer, decided it was time to change that.
There were the critics that said whether she's a little too perfect or can she move really, can she duplicate, live what the studio recordings do. Well, these live recordings are incredible. So it's a rediscovery of who Whitney Houston was and how great she was. And that is, to me, a major musical revelation.
It was Davis, now chief creative officer at Sony Music, who discovered Houston and signed her to his label Arista in 1983.
You either got it or you don't have it. She's got it.
She got it. Wait till you hear her. Here's Whitney Houston.
He introduced his 19-year-old prodigy to the world on The Merv Griffin Show. Her performance that day is on the album. So is Houston singing for the troops at the Naval Air Station in Norfolk, Virginia in 1991. And her concert in South Africa 3 years later that was never televised. They show an artist in extraordinary form before her troubles began to overshadow her talent.
Do you think her last years diminished her in some people's eyes?
Without question. I think the tabloidal press, following the ups and downs of her life, focused attention away from the singing.
Her appearance at Madison Square Garden in 2001 startled Davis.
As someone who nurtured her career,
yes,
how did it feel to see her like that?
It felt awful. As I said, I gasped. I wrote her a letter that she must get help, that she has such a serious problem, that she can no longer be in denial. Terror, absolute terror.
What were you terrified of?
Terrified that she could die.
3 years later, Davis was going to be honored at the World Music Awards in Las Vegas.
And I get this call from Whitney, and she says, I see you're getting a Lifetime Achievement Award. Why haven't you asked me to appear? I said, Whitney, the show is 2 days from now.
Yeah.
She said, I'm coming tomorrow. She went into a small band secret rehearsal at the MGM Grand, and I get a call while I'm hosting this function saying, she's slightly thinner than she was at her best, but she's sounding real good.
That night, Davis announced his surprise guest.
When you saw that footage, what did you see?
I saw an incomparable artist like no other. It's bittersweet to rediscover that at this point, but it does also fill me with pride that she was this great. She really, really was this great.
There really are some extraordinary performances on this album, and really, a reappreciation of Whitney Houston. It really is.
You can just feel his respect and admiration and that nurturing. He's 82 now?
He's 82 now, still hard at work. He's also just produced Aretha Franklin's new album. So, you know, Clive's still at it.
We'll be hearing from him for a long time.